Right, well, there you go. The Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K Max second generation 2023. The longest name for a small device ever. Um, I think that's it because I've got this one here. So this is the first generation, and this is the rounded corners. I guess if to look at, I'm I'm really not going to be sure until I plug them both back in again and see which one I've done the most fiddling around with. Anyway, the differences are mostly on the inside, of course. So unfortunately, still charges via a micro USB cable. I mean, luckily that comes in the box with its own dedicated charger as well. Um, but yeah, micro USB, like very strange in this day and age. Anyway, yeah, that's still the same. You do get 16 gig of storage in the new one, whereas you only had 8 gig before. So that means you can load more apps onto it. Slightly faster processor. I can't say I've been like wowed, like saying, "Oh, wow, this is blistering pace." And you've got Wi-Fi 6E, which is a slight upgrade on this as well, which might mean that you have a little bit less buffering, and faster downloads, that sort of thing, depending on whether you've got a Wi-Fi 6E router that you're connecting to, obviously. So you get one of these cool little dongles in the box. In case your HDMI port is difficult to reach, you can plug that in there and you're good to go. The other difference is with the remote controls. As you can see, one of these is longer than the other. That means it's got a few extra buttons. So it's got a channel changer on it if you happen to be watching something that you change the channels on, which is less and less these days, obviously. And we've lost the one thing that I do like is that it's got a dedicated settings button on, which this one didn't have. You had to sort of move across the screen to get to the settings. You've lost the dedicated Disney Plus button, but you do now have a dedicated apps button, and I'll show you how important that is. Well, now. Right, let's just turn the Fire TV Stick 4K Max on. I think I've got the name right there. So as you can see, it can, thanks to the magic of HDMI eARC connectivity, it'll turn the TV on just by pushing the home button there, and I can obviously play my sound system or control my sound system using the remote too. So my major issue, I mean, all this looks familiar, and it plays all these apps here, all the usuals, as you can see. My main issue with this device, although you can load lots and lots and lots of apps on it, because you've got that extra storage space, the interface keeps trying to get you to buy stuff. So see how I've got it selected on to show me things that are free. But for example, if we click on the movie Nobody there, starring Bob Odenkirk, great movie by the way, I can watch that on Freevee apparently, but I don't have Freevee. We can't use Freevee here in New Zealand. And so when I click on it, you see I've got all these options that I can rent or buy it, which is not that useful for me. And I can't turn those suggestions off. So there's Freevee again. Freevee just keeps coming up. I can download Freevee, but I can't use Freevee here in New Zealand. So that's pretty frustrating. However, what I can use is Prime Video, for example. So if we go across to Prime Video and log into that, you'll see I'm watching Gen V, which is a great program. And if we go down here, we've got other selections that are Amazon originals. But if we go down another couple of rows, you can see once again I'm getting suggested all this stuff. The Barbie movie, I can buy it. I can do some kind of trial and then rent or buy the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know, don't give me stuff that I can't use, especially when I'm in the actual app. It's just really, really, really frustrating. The way you can get all that stuff to go away, of course, is thanks to this new remote. I do have a dedicated apps button, and so I can just click on apps, and then it will just show me my apps. It would be great if I've got an option just to load onto that screen. You know, as soon as I turn the Fire Stick on. I don't have that option, but it is thankfully with those shortcut buttons. So I've got a Netflix button, an Amazon Music, a Prime Video, Amazon Prime Video button, and an apps button. So if I click that apps button, that's kind of the screen that I would really prefer, if I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want a whole lot of suggested things, especially things that I'm not subscribed to. So yeah, other than that, it works really well. You know, here we go. We've got, you know, things like Apple TV. It's all on there. You know, that's fantastic. Takes a little while to start some of these things, but, you know, once you're in them, and, you know, away you go. And then we can go straight back to the apps again. I can load up my Plex and, you know, have a look at what's on, what I've got loaded in there. So, you know, like I say, there's lots of different apps and things that you can put on there, but and that's all great, and the whole streaming stick works as you would expect a streaming stick to work, but that user interface with all those unwanted suggestions, bit of a nightmare.